Hey, what's up guys, Rev here. So it appears that Hololive member Narissa Ravencroft has found herself as an unwilling participant in a conversation about parasocialism in the VTubing scene. Now, parasocial relationships are nothing unique to the VTubing scene. It's something that exists on all entertainment platforms like YouTube and Twitch. Unfortunately, though, in the VTuber community, it's been a big topic of conversation because people believe there's something unique about the experience between a VTuber and their fans, when often it comes down to the same parasocial aspects you see in other forums. And this is something that has been a big topic of conversation, in particular with hololive. There's been a couple of examples of parasocial relationship and interactions with fans over the past couple of years that have sparked a lot of drama. Now, today I want to give two historical examples before we get into the Narissa Ravencroft stuff to give you an idea that this is not something new to hololive. So back in February of 2022, when the Rusia drama was at its peak, there was a lot of parasocial responses to the mere possibility that she had a boyfriend or was talking to another man behind the scenes, where you had all kinds of parasocial people come out of the woodwork to feel personally betrayed by this possibility because they believe that their support of Rusia and her girlfriend experience related content gave them some sort of an ownership over her love life and love interests. Well, fast forward to later that year in 2022, there was another set of drama involving parasocial fans, this time centering on Crony, who found herself in a different type of conversation. Instead of a girlfriend experience related type of content, this was simply a collab stream she did with the male members of Hollow Tempest, and it sparked a whole new debate because watching this collab, this co-ed collab between these male and female Hololive members, we got a lot of negative comments in the replies of that video who were personally betrayed or uncomfortable by the nature of this co-ed collab. And it got a lot of attention and sparked another debate about parasocialism in the VTubing scene, which was eventually noticed by Crony herself, who in a stream a few days later addressed some of these things, in particular the belief by some members that her friendly interactions with these male VTubers was reflective of a romantic interest, where she said this now infamous quote saying, "Do you not have friends of the opposite sex though?" And she would go on to clarify some of her concerns and thoughts regarding this backlash stemming from her co-ed stream in a pinned comment on a relevant clip. And she basically said that she does not want to see any sort of ship dynamics promoted or encouraged between her and male members because she wanted to avoid situations like this, and she had no problem though with people shipping her with other female members, which is a pretty funny dynamic that they'd be angered by one but totally comfortable with their Oshis being shipped with their own gender. But nonetheless, that's a different conversation. However, this didn't make things better. In fact, for these schizos who literally believed they were being cucked by Crony, her comments actually made them even more angry. Where about a week ago, or a week after that, she just took the gloves off and made things very clear, dropping this bomb onto Twitter, saying, "After much consideration, I've decided that I'll be collaborating with whomever I want." And that was that, and her final say on the matter. Now, fast forward to the other day, we had this parasocial dynamic re-explored after a donation was made to Narissa Ravencroft, who of course is a new member of the latest generation of Hololive English Advent, and she found herself in the same conversation as Crony did, except she has never actually collaborated with any male members up until this point. So users were able to capture this donation from one of her recent streams, and it's caused a lot of conversation on social media. So an individual spent 10,000 yen, roughly 100 USD, on a super chat message stating this: "I know this is a hard question to answer with a yes or no, but I want to ask because we've suffered from VTuber not being clear about their position. So will you collab with a male VTuber in the future? Because some people don't want to see male on Oshi's stream." So yes, imagine paying 10,000 yen to ask this very pointed question. This person is clearly concerned about the possibility. They're not just asking for a friend, they're asking for themselves. And this whole idea of we've suffered, who is we, by the way? It's just this individual, and it reflects the same co-ed stream concerns that some Parasocial fans have. Now, Parasocial, or unicorns, whatever you want to call them, they consist of a very small portion of any VTubing community, and in hololive in particular, but they're very, very loud. And you can see how this one donation has caused thousands of people to talk about this same conversation that was originally addressed back last year with the whole crony situation. So in regards to this individual and anyone like them, if seeing your favorite female Oshi interact with male VTubers makes you upset, that's fine, but there's a very simple solution to that, and that's to simply not watch the co-ed stream. I mean, I don't think having this issue with co-ed streams, if that makes you uncomfortable, I don't think that makes you a bad person. Now, does seeing co-ed streams and the possibility of them get to the point where it's making you upset, do I think that's something to look into? Yeah, I think it is. But I also think it doesn't make you a bad person for having those feelings. It's just something you should avoid. And it's something very easy to avoid because co-ed streams between hololive members are not that common. In fact, they're pretty rare. And some female members of hololive have never done a co-ed stream and probably never will. So when it comes to someone like even Narissa Ravencroft, she's probably going to do a very small number, if any, of co-ed streams. So when they do come around, which won't be on a weekly basis, it probably won't even be on a monthly basis, just avoid that co-ed stream. Just simply don't watch if it's going to upset you. Watch other previous streams and use that content. There will be plenty of it. I just don't understand how people can get so upset about this particular issue that bothers them when they can just avoid it and spare themselves any sort of uncomfortable feelings that will come from it. But nonetheless, Narissa Ravencroft has found herself as the unwilling participant in this debate, and it was once again rehashed by a simple dono like this. But moving forward for the rest of this video, I want to address something. So in regards to hololive, and in particular the English members, whether it's the first generation or later generations, I've been seeing a lot of misinformation recently, and a lot of it stems from this screenshot. I've seen tweets showing this screenshot, and I don't want to give them attention because I think that's their primary goal, but I want to address the screenshot itself because it's very common. You see it every couple of months, and this screenshot comes from a Google Doc that was produced by an auntie. It's about 2 or 3 years old and basically went through all of the different hololive generations and gave the readers reasons as to why they shouldn't support various individual creators based on some alleged bad behavior that they engaged in. And probably the most common portion to see spread around on social media is this one right here addressing the hololive English generation. And it goes without saying that nearly all of this is completely made up or blown out of proportion to the point where the actual truth behind any of these statements involves some Weenie Hut Jr. level of controversy that literally anyone who's not a complete schizophrenic or being disingenuous wouldn't have a problem with. In fact, probably the most ridiculous ones are the claims that you shouldn't support Gargura simply because she's a lolicon, which pretty much ignores the entire VTubing industry and what it's founded on. But the one I see people reacting to the most in the past couple of posts I've seen is this claim that Iris is transphobic. Now, for those who don't know, this is the sole context it's based off of. So, in a stream about 2 to 3 years ago, Iris simply stated that she likes anime traps. That is it. That is what they're labeling her, a transphobe, over that one comment about something that nobody was offended by until a couple of years ago when Redditors decided that saying trap makes you a transphobe. And that is it. And now thousands of people on the internet and thousands more continue to believe, based on recent posts containing this screenshot, that Iris is transphobic for those simple comments that hurt absolutely nobody. So yeah, if you're seeing this, it's a load of BS. And unfortunately, people gobble it up because they're looking for any reason to hate on hololive and its members. But moving on, this was something else I was tagged on. This post is about 2 weeks old, and I found it to be quite mind-boggling. So let me just read the tweet itself. It says, Mori Calliope is a Megarine Luca knockoff. Same color scheme, first English/Japanese bilingual singer, same asymmetrical design choices, like the skirt slit, arm covers. If Mori copied Miku instead, she would have never taken off because people would have rightfully called out the copied design. So this whole thing is absolutely crazy. So basically, if you have pink hair and a black outfit, you are copying Megarine. And if you're bilingual, you're also copying her. She owns bilingual speech and singing with a combination of English and Japanese. And yeah, let me just make it clear for someone like this and all the people believing it. Mori Calliope did not choose her VTuber model. In fact, she had zero say. So she is not copying anyone, regardless of how ridiculous this is. We're ignoring that for now. But she did not have any say in the design of her VTuber model. She tried out for hololive, and then when she got in, she was assigned this VTuber and character. That is all the say she had. So she didn't copy anyone. And regardless, at the end of the day, she attracted people with her personality and singing and all of those things. And as many people have pointed out, this whole design is not even the most relevant update in terms of Megarine's model, which makes this even more ridiculous. But I think that's pretty obvious that, yeah, they might resemble slightly because they have pink hair and black clothing, but to say they're copying is absolutely ridiculous. And to see so many people gobble it up is crazy, but unsurprising. But since we've been talking about hololive, I wanted to end this video on something a little bit different. I want to talk about VShojo for a second. This is no big drama here. There's nothing like that. But I thought this was very interesting, the reactions to this post. So recently, VShojo have been hyping up a big announcement, and when it finally dropped yesterday, the major announcement was a YouTube live concert featuring 5 original songs, of course, including the members of VShojo. Now, the reason I find this interesting is some of the reactions in regard to the price of this concert. So in order to get the virtual ticket, you must be at a membership level that equates to $30 a month on YouTube. So whether you're already a member that's here or not, you basically have to pay $30 to get a ticket to this concert. Now, I've heard all kinds of reactions to this. I've seen people say this is absolutely outrageous for a virtual concert. I've also seen people say this is a pretty good deal and it's better than a lot of real life concerts and it's comparable to other VTuber related concerts by other agencies. But honestly, I've seen everything in between as well. And I'm curious to see what you guys think about this. I know a lot of you guys might be interested in it, but I'm also curious to see how you think this price stacks up for a virtual concert featuring 5 original songs. Is that something that you think is fair? Is it not? Please share your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'm genuinely curious. But that is going to do it for this video. Again, share your thoughts about this, but any of the topics from today's video in the comments section down below. I appreciate the listen, guys, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.